Bitcoin is breaking below one of the most critical levels of support right now. But while this is happening, we have seen Ethereum gain more and more strength towards the upside. And honestly, this is a textbook sign that altcoin season is going to come. So on today's update video, obviously I will be explaining what we're currently seeing here on the Ethereum price action. I'm going to be talking about this massive altcoin season that most likely is going to get started anytime soon here. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin. What are the key takeaways that happened yesterday in terms of news? And of course, I am just going to be discussing the most important charts on Bitcoin. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So like you know, if you've been watching the channel for quite a long time, I have been in my trades already. And of course, right now, the trades are not necessarily doing extremely well here. Of course, the Ethereum trade is still in profit, but my trades on Cardano and Bitcoin and Dogecoin are of this moment of time in a slight little loss here. But honestly, I will remain to hold them open because I have conviction we are going to be seeing a push higher. Because right now, Bitcoin, after it was starting to break out outside of the symmetrical triangle, we saw basically a very weak reaction. And actually this morning, we broke below the downward sloping support line. And of course, ever since that happened, we did saw an even bigger continuation towards the downside. I mean, Bitcoin also even dropped below the very critical level of this support right here, which previously around got us supported. And that was, of course, at 116,000 US dollar level. We've right now broken below it. And honestly, if you're looking at Bitcoin right now, you can only approach it like a bull flag pattern, where you can see on the top side, we got rejected twice here. And of course, now also on the lower side, we have found support twice here. So this is going to be a critical level for Bitcoin to be bouncing from. But of course, like I said earlier in this video, well, Bitcoin has been taking a massive hit here. The Bitcoin dominance is still coming down. Ethereum is gaining more and more strength here and is outperforming Bitcoin once again by about 2% here. And you can see the ETH compared to Bitcoin valuation is starting to gain more and more strength in the last few hours. And honestly, this is a big signal that likely a continuation on altcoin. And this is, of course, a very clear signal that likely this continuation on Ethereum and the entire altcoin market is going to come. And that is why I remain to hold my trades here also on Ethereum open. They're currently only in a $100,000 profit. Before they were like 250K in profit. But I do really think we are going to be pushing much higher. So what is important to understand is that also apparently big companies are right now buying Bitcoin. Because a couple days ago, the Galaxy CEO also said, I think Ethereum probably has the chance to outperform Bitcoin in the next 3 to 6 months. And earlier today, we start to see that Galaxy Digital is selling its Bitcoin positions. And apparently, they are going to be buying Ethereum with those Bitcoin positions. So big institutions are also shifting from phase 1 to phase 2. So a big shift in towards altcoins are going to come. And that is why I remain to hold my trades open. And guys, because if you right now sign up an account using the first link in today's video description, which you can see exactly above my face, you will come to this page where you can literally claim a free $100 and a 25% rebate, which will make this literally the cheapest exchange out there to operate your cryptocurrency trading from. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. But like you can also see, you have to add your phone number and email to get that free $100, and it is going to be rewarded to your account within 48 hours. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video to claim this free $100 and sign up an account to WeX. Further on, I do want to discuss some more things in this video that next week there's going to be a big decision coming up from the Federal Reserve where they're going to be announcing whether they're going to be cutting, hiking, or keep the rates unchanged here. So expect a lot of volatility to hit the markets next week as well. And also one of the big reasons why Ethereum is maybe so strong right now is that there are a lot of companies trying to buy up a lot of Ethereum. And what is planning to buy another $30 to $60 million Ethereum every single day. So that is, of course, absolutely massive. And of course, while I am looking at the Bitcoin price action and we are seeing this consolidation phase right here, what is important to understand is where the majority of the liquidity is currently laying in the market, because this liquidity will help us to guide where the market is ultimately going to go towards. Because if there's a lot of short positions laying above us, we're most likely move towards the upside. If there are a lot of long positions laying below us, we usually move towards the downside. But like you can see on this chart right here, the majority of the positions are currently all laying above us. So I don't want to be necessarily all too over bullish, but there are big signs that this is just a major trap because the majority of the liquidity is still stacking up on the exact top side here. So yes, that is definitely something to consider because that is, of course, quite bullish. So we have that liquidity on the top side. Yesterday, we had very strong flows on the Bitcoin and, of course, on the Ethereum ETF as well here. So that was, of course, very great to be seeing. Another day where $200 million was bought here, which is, of course, quite insane. And I cannot stress enough about the fact that I want to be reminding you that we're currently at the end stage of the cycle, and always in the last 20% of the bull market is where 80% of the majority of the money that you're going to be making during crypto is going to be made here. So you have to understand this last phase in the market is going to be very critical. And I do also believe we are going to be printing a lot of money right here. So we are right now entering phase 2. And of course, whenever Ethereum is, of course, cooling up even further, that money is going to be flowing in towards the large caps. So this is really a time to be preparing because, yes, most likely this rotation is yet again going to be happening. Bitcoin ultimately is creating here, like you can see, a symmetrical triangle. It is about to be breaking out here. And of course, if you just zoom out on the symmetrical triangle, you can see we have been seeing a massive rally towards the upside and now a slight little consolidation phase. But whenever this is going to be breaking out on Ethereum, we are just going to be flying up towards new unprecedented highs we've never seen before. Also, interesting fact, right now, Ethereum spot volume has overtaken Bitcoin spot volume, which is, of course, quite insane. And 6 out of the 7 top inflow days on Ethereum came in the last 2 weeks here. And also big shifts are currently happening. A lot of retail investors are stepping out of Ethereum, while large holders, large investors are stepping in here. So very interesting to be seeing. Small wallets are selling and big wallets are buying. So smart money is clearly accumulating Ethereum right now here. And we can see also that the on-chain holdings from BlackRock on Ethereum are literally going parabolic. And this is just something you should not and cannot ignore for sure. So yeah, that was it for me in today's update video. Outside of that, there's not a lot of stuff happening. Make sure to check out WeX in the link description of today's video. If there's going to be anything crazy happening on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatsoever later today, I will for sure drop an emergency update video. But basically what we're looking at for Ethereum is just this massive symmetrical triangle, which is going to be breaking out anytime soon here. And of course, I already have my positions open on Ethereum because I do believe this is going to be just seeing another continuation higher, since symmetrical triangles are typical continuation patterns and break out towards the upside like 70 to 80% of the times here. So guys, thanks so much for watching and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.